Wow, it really seems to be power station season on here at the moment. But here we are once again with another power station to take apart. This is the Bluetti AC180, and this time I'm going to do on promise. I'm going to take it apart first right now, and then we'll come back and talk about it. Okay, well, I've got no idea how to get into this, so I'm going to do the usual pop a foot off and see if there's screws underneath it. And there wasn't. Okay, so there's no screw under there. Unglued a foot for nothing. I can see it looks like it's got poppy tabs down the side. Like, aha, trim removal. Kind of wish I had my spudgers, but they're not here today. And yes, I'm using a bit of plastic just to stop me scratching the absolute ever-living life out of this whole setup. And then we've got two either aluminium or magnesium handles. Are these big long ones that go all the way through? Yes, they are. They are the big long ones that go right to the base. So that's good. That means it's doing what the other ones do. This top plate, one piece. Right, I can see two Phillips screws down in there. Right, top piece, nice. Okay, and the top piece is where the how do you say it? Is it Qi? Is it Key? QI? The wireless chargers. It's got a wireless charger on the top, a 15-watt wireless charger. Now let's see if I can unplug this without. There we go. Unplugged. So there's the. I feel like I'm about to lose two screws here. There they go. Right. Here's our top piece with our wireless charge port, our 15-watt wireless charger on it. And again, it's ABS polycarbonate. Right, there we are down there. Can you see in the ABS polycarbonate ABS? Don't know what the YC is. I may have to look that one up. Right, and that brings us to in here. Now, how have they put this together? Does the I believe the front panel unplugs like was it previous Bluetti where this just slides out of place like that, and then we can just undo the butt connectors. Are these butt connectors? We've got, or bullet connectors. Are they bullet connectors? Oh, nice. The permanent earth is not on a bullet connector. Hold on. I'm going to unscrew that and I'll bring it over and show you it. Right, here is the front control panel board, and all-in-one. The Bluetti stuff is just so nicely made. Now look, like we just took the whole front panel off in one go, because it's got a nice big connector and all this slots together. We've got our 12 volt on that side. Ooh, it's got a port mark to download. I don't know if that was for programming in the factory. I think this is an app. I think there's an app you can connect to this in. But there we go, we've got our UK plugs, our proper shuttered UK plugs. The kind that you need to, when you put a plug in the UK plugs, the earth pin's longer and it hits that first. And can I do it without having my hand in the shot? And when it presses down on that, it opens the bottom, it opens these shutters up. Man, this is hard to do not have your hand in shot. Oh, wait, here we go. So when the earth lead presses on that, it opens the bottom pins and you can get in, so you can't get small children or anybody poking things in. It's just another safety feature of our UK plugs. And we've got earth bonded and then earth bonded to there, so that's good. Live, neutral, not much else on that. Right, that side's attached, that side's attached, and that side's attached. And what I should do now is turn it around and then you'll be able to see inside. So, what does that get us? A big main board with, well, nice plastic cover for the airflow to flow through. The big heat sinks, the ginormous toroidal something or other. I don't know what that monstrous thing is. I can see two giant battery connections down under there, so I suppose we should get the screwdriver out and start taking it apart. This is screwed on. I wonder if I can just work around the screw holes, because I'm hoping that if I just take out all of these screws, it'll let me lift this whole board out and we'll get down into the batteries. Right, so the only thing holding this board in now should be the two big battery terminals, and what I'm going to do first is disconnect the, are these the staped on kind? I should have maybe, right, that's an earth connection. Battery positive. Right, and this board should now be free apart from the two power connections that I can't get into. If I missed any screws. I should probably unplug this fan first, or I'll go too far. That fan and this fan. Okay, fans are unplugged. Let's try and wiggle this board out of. Oh, aha! It's got a connection that goes down the way. Okay. Right, does that let me now squeeze these? This is a nice board. Right, did I mention that it had a plug on the other side? A plug on there. Everything's got conformal coating where it counts. Wait, can you see the shine change? It's got slightly thicker areas where it's been coated. Oh, it's got it's CAN bus. It's actually got, you see in that plug there connector? It's got CAN bus markings. CAN high, CAN low. Right, on this side it's aluminium heat sinks and lots of fancy boardy circuitry. Like, again, it's one of those things, like, if you know what you're looking for, it should be fairly easy to repair anything on here. Right, so that's the, we'll call it the motherboard, the main motherboard. We're going to set that there. And below that, right, how do you get in the batteries? How do you get in the batteries? Aha! There are screws going up the way. Oh, I see what it does. It removes this bit of the clamshell. Aha! So, let me get back in shot. So those 6 screws I took off the bottom removes the main outer clamshell, and on that is, this is on the inside. This is where your AC input would be, if I can get my fingers out of the way. AC input, overload circuit breaker, and earth bonding port, so you can connect your ground to your, well, your metal building or your ground to give you a fully bonded ground. Inside, well, yeah, there's I don't know, suppression capacitors, especially those Y capacitors. But yeah, another little board, another earth grounded right through, smashing. Put this over here, put that over there, and that gets us into the battery pack, which I presume is also just bolted. Oh my goodness, I forgot how heavy these are. Bolted onto the said bottom plate. Is it bolted in? Oh, it's either bolted or glued in. Ow! Oh. There are some numbers on here. 32700s. Is a 32700 that height or that height? Is it 32 mil 32 mil wide and 700 high. That'd be right. Let's see, an 18650 is, I don't know, is that what's 18 and then 65, so that's 32 700. So is that like a single? How many cells is that then? That must be a block of cells and a block of cells. 6,000 milliamp hours. And these cells were made 14/12/2022. Are there any other numbers on them? Not that I can see, just the size and the capacity. I don't see a brand name of sorts. But it's nice, it's in this construction, sorry, that's quite heavy. But I presume they're not the full height of the thing. I'd undo them further, but there's a lot of screws and I don't really want to get into the dangerous cells. Right, that leaves us on this edge, which is the battery management side of the board. Whew. Ooh, there's a lot going on there. Holy. B1, where's B2? B1, B2, B3, B4, B5, B6, B7, B8, B9. So if I take some readings, will you lovely people in the comments tell me what's going on in there? Oh, if I get my voltmeter, assuming of course that the BMS hasn't actually disabled the output. So if this is the main output of positive and negative, let me do that. I have got nothing. Splendid. So that means the CAN bus turns this off. So this is off. There is no voltage reading there whatsoever. So that brings us to our next B1. Do you think that's positive and negative? No. So that's battery, and that must be battery negative there. So that's the big one that says battery negative, David, yeah. Oh, there's battery positive down there. Hold on. Oh, battery negative and battery positive. That gives me 32.9 volts, 33 volts. So between battery negative and battery 1, I've got 3.292, battery 2, 6.57, B3, 9.87, yeah, 9.87, P3, B4, 13.16, B5, 16.46, B7, 23.04, B7, B8, 26.33, and B9, 29.63, and then the full battery voltage was 32.93, and then nothing up here because the BMS has turned the output off. So how many cells is that, and what order are they in? Because last time I made that guess, I got it completely wrong. And the company had to email me and tell me what their cell arrangement actually was. But I'm guessing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 by 6. 30, 60 cells? Is it 60 cells or is it 30 cells? Because I can't tell, because I don't really want to undo all of those hex heads and fiddle about with the batteries too much, because I like the batteries. And yes, they're LFP cells. How can you tell? That's because they're really heavy. Right, now that I have actually managed to, I'm just checking, there's 3 fuses there that I can see. If there were any problems, there's NTC thermistor, throughput, lovely. Nothing overly exciting on that bit for me. Right, I'm gonna put it back together now, and we'll see if it still works, and we'll make it power some things, and I'll go over the specs with you. Okay, that's it, 99% reassembled. I haven't put the sides or screwed the top of the handles back on, because no doubt I'm going to take the lid off in a minute and probe again on the inside. But my goodness, for ease and simplicity of dismantling and remantling, Bluetti have absolutely nailed it. That has been the simplest power station to take apart I've had in here so far. It is absolutely phenomenal. Let's see if it still works. Hey, it still turns on. 48% charged. Smashing, right. So the first thing I want to do while I'm here is see if does the app work? Right, power stations. Bluetti. Let's see. Turn on Bluetooth. Next. Connect to Wi-Fi. Next. Set up Bluetti device. Next. Get started. Give me offline mode just now. Please accept. Allowed to new devices. Right, there's an AC180. So that's the one. AC180. Here we are, connected. 48%. And again, we can do the thing where we can turn the DC on or off. DC lights come on. It's on. It shows power going to the DC. Well, obviously there isn't anything doing anything. Turn AC on. Turns AC side on. Can hear a relay click. No output to there. No charging voltage and no charging from the grid voltage and no charging from solar panels voltage. Right, I can turn both of them off now. Not the fastest at reacting, but then again, that hopefully means it's using a low power Bluetooth module. And how's our battery pack? Battery status is on standby because it's not doing anything. Battery pack 1. Ooh, it actually tells us about it. What have we got? AC180, got a serial number, it's on standby. Protection status, it's not protected, not at fault. Battery parallel. Battery parallel. I wonder if that means there is 60 cells in there. Okay. Excellent. Right, it's not charging at the moment. Wait, I do have a power cable. I can plug it in. Summon the plug. So let's plug it in the wall, power in there, and on the side, DC input. It's upside down as you always, because I'm always upside down. Should start charging from the grid, yes. And what's this? Wait, I forgot. I meant to bring the specs out, but I think its maximum input power is like 1500 watts of input power. I wonder if there's an option for that. Can we charge big? DC Eco and AC Eco is charging mode standard. No. Charging mode turbo. I want to see maximum power input. There she goes. That's better. Come on, keep going. More. 1200 watts. There we go. That's, yeah, now we're getting it. So this is it, heading up to its maximum. 1400 watt. Yes. Now that's charging. So I'll say it's either 1400 or 1500 watt input is its maximum input for charging. And the power lifting, you can see at the bottom there, that's if you've got a purely resistive load that's a higher output than the power station. Say you've got a 3 kilowatt heater, you can turn on heavy lifting and plug in a 3 kilowatt heater into the plugs and it'll only output 1800 watts. It'll run it without tripping over it. But obviously they're only running the output of the actual inverter itself. But it means you can, like I say, you can run purely resistive loads that are higher rated than the inverter at the inverter's maximum rated output. That was... Oh, so it's got, okay, we've got a standard, turbo and silent. I presume silent is it turns it right down so it doesn't have to use the fans. But that's not what I want. I want maximum charge. Right, okay, so it's already put Jesus 3% in the time I've been standing here doing that. As I say, the only thing missing from this is the time remaining to be fully charged. That's all that's missing from this display on the phone. On the display I can see it's going to be ready in half an hour, but I don't see it on the phone. If I go into battery pack, no, it doesn't tell me the... So that's all that's missing from the app. I wish it showed you like charge time remaining. What does that button do? Nothing. Okay, right, so we've seen the app, seen it charge. Perhaps let's not get electrocuted, but we'll put in the charging mode down to silent. Effectively slow down the fan speed and reduce noise. Okay. Silent. And there we go, the charge speed has disappeared away down. And the fan speed's gone away down to quiet as well. Right, the first question that no doubt people will ask is the earth coupled all the way through to earth? Where is that one? And I want continuity. Right, so we should have, right, continuity on the earth pins if I could touch them. Right, continuity on those earth pins. If those earth pins should be connected to ground out here then. I don't know if that counts as ground, my ground. I need a ground. Alright, I'm going to turn off the charging just now. So that should be connected to this earth pin. Should be. I mean, I literally saw the wires. Why is that not connected? I literally saw the... Did I screw it back in? Wait. Did I screw it back in? That's a good question. It's down there. Is it me? Am I just not making a good connection? Is it me? Is it my plug? Earth pin. Oh, that's weird. Why would that be doing that? Why can't I get a continuity reading? I've got it there on the bonded earth. Ah! It's connected to... Hold on, let me turn you around to the side. All the earths are joined together and they come out to the earth pin itself. But for some reason, not the earth on the EC input. That's weird. Why not just connect that one as well? So that means if you want to use this indoors in the house and have it fully bonded to your home installation, you're going to have to run a separate earth connection onto your earth circuit from there and not simply have it as an earth connection on that pin. And that'd be a modification I would be making right now. Why not just have that pin? Yeah, that's what I would do. Right, so apart from missing an earth, that looks good. Right, turn it. Oh, let's not turn it off. While it's in this position, I'm going to set my phone on it and see what the wireless charger's like. Oh, this is such a nice case. Everything is so tight together. Right, this should be like the other Bluettis where you turn the DC on, and then you can set your phone on it. Da, 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 da. Where's the chargy bit in my phone? Yay! It's because the screen recorder was on. There we are. It is now wireless charging. And can we see the output? 6 watts. We are outputting 6 watts of wireless charge. Right, let's give it an AC load. So on the AC side, the maximum output for the plugs is 1800 watts or 2300, 2700 peak, or on the heavy lifting mode. I don't have anything of particularly noteworthy load to plug in. You would think I would have an electric heater or something nearby, but alas, I do not. So let's charge another power station using the power station. Here's a different brand of power station. Set that there, take a plug, plug it in, plug that in, plug that in there, and go. And turn the AC on. AC on. Let's see what our output is. We are, there we go, 200 odd watts output. And let's go, we're charging another power supply. Oh, all the fans. Everybody's fans are on. I can't tell if that's the Bluetti fans or it's both. Bluetti fans are on and this little one's fans are on. So at 400 watts, we've got 1.6 hours at half a battery. So that's like 3 hours at full charge, something like that. The capacity, I've already forgotten, so I'm going to have to spin it round and look at it. Right, turn it off. Whoa, it's cool. It must have nice, big, chunky relays in there because they really clunked off there. That was a good, meaty clunk. So, capacity. Let me spin you around the specifications on the back. Battery capacity, 1,152 watt hours. And it's a 32 volt battery with 36 amp hours. DC output's a 10 amp max, DC 10 amps as well, 500 watts. And EC, sorry, that's the, oh God, that's the input. David, let it read. EC input, 10 amps max. AC input, 10 amps max. So if you can plug in like 500 watts worth of solar panels into this. Output and AC, as I said, it's 1800 watt, just normally, and 2300 or 2700 on its peak. You've got USB-A's, USB-C's, and USB-C is a USB-C PD, 5, 9, 12, 15, 20 volt, and it'll do either 3 amps or 5 amps. Again, that'll depend on your phone brand or whatever brand of wireless, wired USB-C you plug in will depend on how much charge you get out of it. The wireless charger, 5 watt, 7.5 watt, 10 watt, 15 watt max. And that is the Bluetti AC180. I'm medium sized unit. It's not their biggest one. It's not one of their small packs. It's kind of their middle of the range, kind of portable camping type size. Again, being the lithium iron phosphate cells, they're heavy, and we're not gonna lie. This is a heavy unit. They're all heavy now, but they don't go on fire and they don't explode, etc. So your trade-off is safety versus weight. If you want light and explosive, go with the nickel, manganese, cobalt. But these are not. These are the lithium iron phosphate. Okay, well, that was the Bluetti AC180, and I have to say, if everyone could build their power stations like Bluetti, that would be great. Because taking it apart and put it back together was a doddle. All the plastic is ABS polycarbonate. All the outside trim pieces, I slapped them all back on. I even got some of the tabs in the wrong place the first time, and all they did was kind of bend out the way a little bit, popped them back off, and then popped them back in. I haven't broken a single bit of plastic taking this apart or putting it back together. As I said, so yes, they're heavy because of the lithium iron phosphate, the LFP cells, but it does mean you get 3,000 plus recharge cycles and a Bluetti 5-year warranty and a 10-year lifetime on the batteries for that. And yeah, the trade-off is weight over longevity. The only thing that I didn't like was not having the earth connection while it was connected to the earth port in the back, not being connected to the earth on the AC input, because it's got the thing where it can be UPS, where you have it plugged into the wall and you plug in your load there, and as soon as you lose power, it switches over to that one. For that situation, I would still prefer if the earth was bonded all the way through on the plug, because, well, I know, like me, you might just forget to connect your other bonded earth onto your system that you're plugging into. It'd be easier if you just had it on the plug as well, and then it's an all-in-one thing. But apart from that, everything else looks spectacular again with Bluetti. And oh, the only other bit of was the app. If the app showed the charge time remaining, that would be a nice little feature as well. But it's not the end of the world. You can still see your batteries and see what's happening and what's going off. And I've also just noticed there's no light on this. They've finally done away with the fairly pointless lights that they keep putting on them. I mean, yes, they have their place sometimes, but I mean, who actually really uses the light with any great level of, what are you going to use it for? I mean, like, you're going to sit here in front of your power supply. That's everything else. Great case, great construction. Good output. Always, I know it's just me. I want a 3 kilowatt inverter in everything. And I know it's, even if you get your 3 kilowatt inverter and it can only run for an hour, that's fine. But it gives you options. I just like having big inverters and things. Everything should just come with a 3 kilowatt inverter. Or more, 3.6. Absolutely max out plugs, 3.6 kilowatt inverter. At some point in the future, I am going to take all of the power supplies I have left and load test them with the kilowatt meter and actually see if the output matches the capacity. You know what I mean? If the kilowatt hours on the back matches the kilowatt hours that the output, or see how far away they are. But we're going to do that with all the power stations I have left. So any questions, comments, anything like that, down below, leave them for me. I will read them and try my best to answer them. And as always, thanks for watching.